It's your BigHomiePablo, and check it out, again. We finna get straight to it now. We over here with something. I don't even know what we over here with. I ain't gonna lie. But apparently it's, please tell the American people how you lose 85,000 innocent children. We're all listening. What the fuck? What? 85. How you lose 85,000? Okay.
Of children that we lost contact with. I'm not saying you lost them. So we lost contact with them. We don't know where those kids are. Is that fair to say?
We attempt to make a safety and well-being.
I understand that. Let's get to the point here. Let's just answer the direct question. When you made the call, you didn't get a response. Your letter tells me that you usually make 3 calls. You got no response on any of those 3 calls and 85,000 kids. Is that right?
Where did 85,000 kids go at one time, bro? What are they on? What are 85,000 kids on? Hold on.
In 81% of the calls, we are.
You lost 80. You didn't have
Hold on, this shit loud as fuck. Why is she smiling?
contact with more than 85,000 kids. Is that fair to say? Is that right? I mean, just yes or no. We're not saying, oh, what's your percentage? 85,000 children that were placed by you. You made calls to check on them, and you made 3 calls on average. 85,000 of them. That you have no idea where they are. You don't want to answer the question. That's fine. We're going to go on to a different topic then.
No, let's stay on this topic.
So let's talk about a person by the name of Linda Brandmiller, a whistleblower. She pointed out that there was
A whistleblower in Congress or whatever you want to call these terms. That's a snitch. They just call it a whistleblower. They blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
children that she didn't think were placed appropriately, inadequate vetting, and so she raised it.
Where they
She said one sponsor said he was going to employ these 3 boys at a construction company. Another said he lived in Florida. Wanted to sponsor 2 children who would have to work off the cost of bringing them north. She contacted supervisors. She says it's urgent. Within days, the children are released to those sponsors, and not too very long after that, she's fired. Are you familiar with that case?
Congressman, I read it in the New York Times.
Other than that, you're not personally familiar with it?
No, I joined ORR in September of 22.
Okay. In the additional article, they mentioned 5 additional whistleblowers who are also terminated for raising red flags with regard to placement of children. Are you familiar with any of those cases? Have you looked into any of those cases? That article was a couple months old.
Congressman, I believe that many of.
Are you familiar with those cases?
Question, turkey.
Did you look in? Let me just rephrase it. Did you look into the?
Bro, this bitch look like Miss Puff, bro. I'm finna get mad. I don't even know what's going on, but you talking about it's 85,000 children that are just lost? Nigga, how?
Times, the whistleblowers that were listed in the New York Times, did you look into any of their cases as they were terminated after raising issues?
Congressman, that article just came out. We have a team looking into it.
Look,
you saw this right here? You saw the head nod right here? Hold on. Look, I'm very observant, all right? Observant, not observant. Observant. Watch
issues.
Watch Shorty right here. I'm watching her too. I wish I could see dude right here. Watch her.
Congressman, that article just came out. We have a team looking into it.
That's what you tell them. That's the right answer. You feel me? That's the head nod. You answered that correctly. They're in cahoots. These 3 fat bitches right here. And she gonna look fat, but that bitch look ugly too. This bitch like Miss Puff. This bitch like we need to see her baby pictures. You feel me? We need to see her baby pictures. That might be a he.
Brandmiller was the recent case. The first New York Times article, which is more than a month old now. That's the one that mentioned.
There are protections for whistleblowers, so I wouldn't necessarily know about specific cases. It may be.
Did you
with-
bother to even look into, what I'm suggesting is, did you bother to even
No,
look into
she
this?
didn't.
It sounds like you didn't. So let me ask you this
didn't.
question. Matt Haygood,
Bro, can we take her to jail again?
Senior Director of Children's
Can we?
Services at the U.S. Committee for Refugees and Immigrants, one of the largest of organizations, sent an email with the subject line trafficking concerns, and he talked about trafficking, but he said there was no follow-up there. How, are you working to make corrections when you get tipped off that there are people that are trafficking in these children?
Absolutely. When a concern is raised to our office, we are following up on it. I cannot speak to what happened before I came, and I cannot speak to during the border backup. What I can tell you is to
Can you speak on this neck right here, though? Not this one, not the second one, not the third one, but the fourth one. What is that? A quad? Do you have a quad turkey neck? Is that a quadruple neck? Can we speak on that since you can't speak on nothing else? Can we speak on how many, how many, what is that? How many Mountain Dews did it take to get a fourth neck? How many donuts in the morning did it take to get a fourth neck? That's crazy. Cause this your chin up here. I guess you could, maybe you got two necks. Maybe you got two chins and two necks.
ORR, we are hearing, we're listening, we're making sure sponsors and children have more information. They know how to get help.
Last question I'll ask you. UACs under TVPRA, if they're from Mexico and Canada, they're returned home immediately. Do you think that's a policy that should be enforced from all countries, to return them to their families?
Congressman, ORR is not a law enforcement agency or an immigration enforcement agency, and that's outside of my jurisdiction as ORR director.
So you
My
don't
mandate-
say
Are these necks outside your jurisdiction?
opine on that. Is that what you're saying?
My mandate is to care for
Look, these two on the same diet. And whatever diet y'all on, y'all need to quit it. Y'all finna have 6 necks. Is that in your jurisdiction? Is your second chin in your jurisdiction, bitch? You don't know nothing. Why are you up here talking if you don't know nothing?
You don't want to opine on that. Is that right?
Can we take them to jail? All
my
trio.
mission as ORR director is to care.
So I guess the answer is you don't want to opine. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Going to have to be answered after this hearing. Congressman Perry.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Director, just to set the framework, as I understand it, ORR has a statutory obligation to care for the unaccompanied child. That's what I'm reading here in your mission or your mandate, right?
That is correct.
Statutory, so they have a law, there's a law, the obligation to care for these individuals. If that's the case, why is it on March 22nd ORR removed the proof of address requirement and exempted other household members from submitting to a background check or providing identification? How does that aid
Yeah, Miss Puff.
in the obligation to care?
Look at, bro, just look at this bitch, bro. This bitch made me want to punch her in her fucking throat, bro. The second one, not the first one, not this one up here. The second one, the one down here. Damn, bitch, you got an Adam's apple? Bro, this don't even look. Look at this. Look at this. I wish I could zoom in on that. I might spend a little more time editing this video because I want to get every neck in the camera. All of them. Look at that. But it's like she stored food right here for the winter. You funky cock bitch. Where are them children at? And why do you look like you know something that you're not telling us? What are y'all doing to the whistleblowers? And hold on. There was another bitch ass nigga sitting right here. I think all of them together, bro. If you ask me, she's the one gonna take all the heat because she got the most necks to take it. You feel me? So it's like she can deflect bullets with that big ass neck. You know what I'm saying? So they putting her up here to take all the heat while they sit back there and just kind of like, remember what we told you. Remember what you don't know anything. You can't speak on anything before you came. And remember, you came in 2022. All right, bitch. For
Move
sure.
proof of address requirement.
We need a nigga up there questioning them. Trust me, let a nigga get up there, boy. We'll get it out you. I'm gonna get it out you.
I think what you are referring to was in the spring of 21.
Yeah, the March 22nd, 2021. I gave you the date. What?
He
Okay,
gave you the
when there
date,
were
shorty.
How
You know you done
children
fucked up, right?
backed up over 4,000 in DHS.
So since they're backed up, we just remove the requirement, lower the standard. I mean, that's essentially what we're saying, right?
There
what
are
you're
a
saying.
number of layers of
I get it.
Answer
How does that
the
enhance-
question.
steps.
Okay, maybe I should ask the question this way. Does that removal of the
He can't even think of how much more can I dumb it down? like, why are you in this position? Cause why do I have to dumb it down? If you were the person, I shouldn't have to dumb down nothing for y'all. And I feel you, bro. I feel who is this, Mr. Perry? I hate that you have to dumb it down. You talk to her like she's 6 or something. I don't know. But this is crazy. Maybe they don't need a nigga up there, cause you feel me? Cause our temperament ain't as good as y'all's. Cause soon as this bitch tell me she don't know for the 4th time, I might come across it. I might come, like, what do you know? What do you? I might Homer Simpson choked it.
address requirement for the household members that are submitted for, these children that we're trying to find a place for, does that enhance your obligation to care, or does it not enhance it?
It doesn't enhance it for them.
Listen, we check the addresses of all sponsors.
It says proof of address requirement and exempted other removed.
That mean that you no longer need proof for they have an address. That means y'all just let anybody. They don't even have to. They can just make up an address. You gonna let them adopt a kid? I'm assuming this has to do with adoption or something. You're just gonna let them adopt a kid. You don't even know where they really stay at. So how could you go and check on somebody if you don't even know where they stay at?
Proof of address. So you can check, but you don't have any proof, right? You can ask. I get it. You ask, right? Hey, what's your address, Mr. or Mrs. Sponsor?
They just tell
and they
you
give
1,
you
2, 3,
address
4
and you write it
Sesame
down,
Street.
and that's the end of it now, right? There's no requirement of proof of address.
I don't think that that's a fair characteristic of the thorough vetting process that are.
I don't think that all those chins under your neck is a fair characteristic. But hey, if I was you, the shirt would have been buttoned up to the top. I would have covered up at least 3 of them if I was you. But
Staff
hey,
go through.
I only have
and
one.
if there is any flag,
Well, let me ask you this then. On March 31st of 2021, so just a couple days later, ORR eliminated the background check requirement for immediate relatives other than a parent or legal guardian.
You take away a background check. They're trying to adopt a kid. You taking away background check. You need a background check to go buy a gun. But you trying to tell me you don't need a background check? You need a background check to get a job. You need a background check, but you don't need, you didn't even do background checks at apartments. But you telling me to adopt a kid, you don't need one? I'm just saying adopt. I'm assuming that's off of what you call it, context clues. Like 85,000. She's finna get 85 punches. Man, listen. Okay.
Why would that be? How does that enhance the obligation to care?
How, Sway?
ORR's belief is that a child is best with their parent.
Okay,
or
awesome.
guardian.
I believe that too. Let me ask you this.
She did not answer the question.
How do you know that they're with their parent? How do you know? Are you familiar?
Or is this like child protective services or something? I don't know. I thought it was adoption. I ain't talking about the parent and stuff. So I don't know what this is. So if I was saying the wrong thing, excuse me. But I don't give a fuck, to keep it honest. Yeah. Welcome to Big Homie Pablo Reacts, because I don't give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? I don't care what they talking about. I just know that it's 85,000 innocent children that are missing that they can't find. How do you lose them? Explain, please.
That the Department of Homeland Security under 8 U.S.C. 1365B shall create a biometric entry and exit data system, right? Even though they haven't, and they haven't implemented anything like that, other than asking and other than public source information, how can you be sure it's their parent?
I don't know, man.
Congressman, we go
Just
through a number of vetting procedures.
like what?
We ask
sure you do.
the child and the parent or the sponsor questions on the same day. We verify things with consulates.
Okay, so what's the percentage of children that are reunited with their parent? Provable. What's your percentage? And how do you prove
We
it?
do not have that, Congressman.
We go through a number of,
Hey, I don't know if you're on repeat or something, but you already said that. This is a different question. Let's try again, Miss Puff.
No, what's the
vet
percentage,
parent.
ma'am? I know you go through a number of things. You're stalling. Just answer. Just tell me. Do you have a clue?
So
Hey, he finna bring that nigga out. That incredible. Hey, he finna turn green. He finna turn green. He been cool. He's been cool this whole what? It's been 8 minutes. 8 minutes in, they both been cool. But he finna lose it.
this, in this fiscal
lose
year,
it.
I believe 37%.
37% end up with their.
Look at Shorty. She talking too. Miss Puff is talking too much. She's starting to sweat. She's starting to sweat that bacon grease. Look at her. Look at how she looked at her. Hold on. Look. She's like, you fat bitch. I'm not letting you get any more of my bacon and cheese biscuits in the morning. Yeah. Look at her. She's like, I'm not sharing my lunch with you anymore. I'm not taking you to another spot. I'm not taking you to that new spot where they double fry the bacon and they dip the fried chicken in the grease too, and they take it. And yeah, she not taking you there no more. Look at the way she looking at her. Look at the way she looking at her. She's like, yeah, you talking too much. Look, even her back here getting mad. I wish I could see his face. Then y'all did good blocking out these men's face, cause y'all would fry they ass something crazy. I wish I could see him, but I'm gonna take it light, cause y'all are women. Well, you are women. You are a blowfish.
I believe 37%.
37% end up with their parent.
With their parent.
Let me ask you this: do you ever
Let me
refer
ask you
for
this.
charges for abandonment? Do you understand that abandonment in many states is a felony offense, and these children are coming to the border without their parent, which qualifies them as unaccompanied, right? That's the characterization. Are charges ever referred for abandonment?
Congressman, we go through many procedures of. She don't know.
Congressman or is not a law enforcement.
I didn't say you were a law enforcement. I didn't ask you to.
This how you know that they literally got just a few things that they're allowed to say or something on a piece of paper that they can say. Cause she goes back to the exact same wording. Congressman, OSR is not a law enforcement agency, and we cannot. We go through many procedures, and I didn't come until 2020. Okay, and then that's all you can say. Are you an AI? Is this an AI?
Enforce the law. Do you ever refer?
I'm pretty sure AI wouldn't mess up on chins like that, though.
Like if you found somebody doing a criminal act in your vetting process,
She
for
would
one of
eat
your
'em.
children,
She would deep
you're
fry
not a
them
law
and eat them.
enforcement agency. Would you refer charges in
No,
that case?
We would refer to and report to the appropriate.
Okay, so how
authority.
many have you referred or reported for abandonment?
A gobble, 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 gobble.
Our job.
Is that zero?
Why you
Because they're all
smiling?
coming to the border unaccompanied. And if they're unaccompanied, that means they don't have their parent, right? I mean,
Right.
by definition.
Our job.
Well, you got to understand, Congressman Perry. She ate her parents, so she doesn't even understand. Like, you feel me? She doesn't mean nothing to her. She ate hers. She ate one for lunch and one for dinner. She doesn't understand.
By Congress is to provide for the
What's
care,
funny?
Bless you. We want you to do the job. The
children who
question
are in
is,
care.
these kids, look, I'm not reading from stuff that I made up. We got ORR sent over 100
ORR. I'm gonna have to look into
unaccompanied
y'all. Oh,
children to a single-family house
ORR.
in Texas. I mean, if this vetting process is working,
Damn, why'd y'all stop it right there? Ooh, I was waiting to fry her ass up some more. Double fried chins? Hey, man, say, man. Hey, man, say, man. They just dropped 21 Savage on Warzone, so I'm finna get on that. But, yeah, like the video so if you new. Man, this bitch crazy.